Hello everyone, this is Cynthia Umstadt CPA with Tom Umstadt CPA and the Tax Saving Minute. I'm here working from home to talk to you about the COVID-19 economic stimulus check, the $1,200 check that everybody's talking about. So it's called an economic impact payment, that's the technical term. It's $1,200 if you're single and $2,400, twice that, if you're married filing joint. There's also a bonus if you have children that are under the age of 17 that you claimed as dependents on your tax return. You get $500 for each of those little children. So that's awesome. Now, if you have somebody who's 17 or older and they filed their own tax return, but they're also claimed on somebody else's tax return, it is unclear if they qualify for a check or not. So what I recommend is that if in 2018, if you were a dependent and in 2019 you were not a dependent, I recommend that you file that 2019 return as soon as possible to make sure that you qualify for this wonderful $1,200 payment, or $1,400 if you happen to be married. So how do you get it? You get it by filing or having already filed your 2019 return, your Form 1040, or your 2018 return if you haven't yet filed your 2019 return. So if you've done that, then you don't have to do anything. Everything will just be magically calculated for you and a check will be sent to you. If you receive Social Security and or you are a railroad retiree and you are not otherwise required to file a tax return, then you don't have to file a tax return to get the check. You will get the economic impact payment check. So what is the fastest way to get that economic impact payment check? The fastest way is if on your 2019 or 18 return, you put your bank information on there for either direct deposit of your refund or direct withdrawal of your tax payment. If you had your routing information and your account information on there, then you'll just get direct deposited this economic impact payment check. If you haven't done that, then you will receive a paper check and it will be sent to your last known address. Now, this is really important if you do not live at the address that was on your 2019 return or 2018 return and you don't have access to that mail. I strongly recommend that you pause this video right now and go to irs.gov and update your address, because IRS checks expire after a certain number of days, so you want to make sure and receive that check before that period ends. So, some people will receive less than the full amount of the economic impact payment. So the goal of this payment is to give money to the poorer people who will be affected by COVID and make sure that they have some buffer to live on during this period of time. So if you make less than $75,000 adjusted gross income, which I'll talk about what that is later, for a single person, or $150,000 for married filing joint, if you make less than that, you'll get the whole thing. If you make more than $99,000 for a single person, or $198,000 for married filing joint, then you won't get anything. If you make something in between those two numbers, then you will get less than the full amount. So it will be phased out based on however much money you make. So the more money you make, the less money you'll receive in this economic impact payment. The IRS loves doing this. They phase things in and out all the time. It's kind of their thing. So how do you know if you're going to get something? You might want to know if you should be checking the mail and kind of looking or not. So all of the aforementioned calculations are based on your adjusted gross income, which is one number on your tax return that you can find out for yourself. So pause this video, get your 2019 return if you filed it, or your 2018 return if you haven't filed 2019, and put it in front of you. And for a 2019 return, you'll look at page 1, line 8B as in boy. So just page 1, line 8B. That one number is your adjusted gross income. If you're looking at a 2018 return, you'll look at page 2, line 7. So this one number is your adjusted gross income. If it is less than $75,000 or $150,000, if you're married filing joint, then you will get the whole thing. If it's less than $99,000 for a single person, or less than $198,000 for married filing joint, then you will get something. If it's over those numbers, then you won't get anything. So that's how you know if you're going to get something and if it'll be at the same amount everybody's talking about. So when will you get this payment? The IRS should start sending out payments in the next few weeks. Now that's kind of vague, but that's as much as we know right now. If you want more information, go to irs.gov/coronavirus. So irs.gov is the go-to place to communicate with the IRS. It's legit, and it's where they will update you on all of these things. So super important. In addition to these paper checks that you're going to get in the mail, you're also going to get a letter from the IRS. The IRS plans to send out letters to the taxpayer's last known address, which we talked about before, within 15 days of making the payment, with information about how the payment was made, what to do if it was not received. So, so when you get this IRS letter, don't freak out and think you're being audited. Open it up. It's going to have super helpful information on it for you. So just heads up, you're going to get a letter from the IRS and it's going to be a good thing. But big warning, okay, watch out for scams. The IRS will not, they say they will not call you, text you, email you, or contact you in any social media platform asking you for your personal banking information, personal or banking information. So if someone tries to contact you and ask you information and say that they're from the IRS, they're not from the IRS. They're trying to steal your ID, and don't give them any information. Just go to irs.gov and talk to the IRS directly. So that's it. If you have any other questions, please contact us at taxmantom.com and stay safe.